Okay, it says meeting is now streaming live on custom live streaming service. So my name's Graham Hooper from Tri-Coaching Partnership, and this is Kev Field, a Tri-Coaching Partnership trainer. Kev, let's crack on with this interview. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, I'm a driving instructor, an instructor trainer, a fleet trainer. I'm also a BTEC Level 4 trainer with yourselves. All of that's with yourselves. And I'm also a personal development and business coach as well. So that's
There was something else though. You do something with you. Yeah, be careful how you answer this one. Yeah, you do something with your wife. Yeah.
It's a Friday, Graham. We're fine. So okay. It's yeah. We've also between me and my wife, we've got a company called Confident Drivers, which is a collaboration between the two of us.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so that was a little bit about your business side. Yeah. Let's go outside that a little bit. Tell me about yourself a little bit more outside the business.
Okay, very much family orientated, like most people, and I also like going down the pub. We're very fortunate where I am. We've got this fantastic little pub that does some really nice drinks, got a beer garden, and the best thing is they do lovely pork pies and cheese. And as it's a Friday, I thought I'd bring that up.
If you're going to have us all in tears, mate, yeah? I mean, you know, there's some of us that you just ain't seen a pub for so long that we're getting like serious withdrawal symptoms, and what you're describing is like perfect for a Friday evening. So you like going to the pub. Okay, there's a bit more. Come on, tell me a bit more.
I love my sport.
Okay,
it can be any sport. I'm a sportsman, although passionate football supporter, and I still play football as well, believe it or not. So we have a bit of fun on a Wednesday evening, and we all get together and we have a little game, kick about, and try not to injure ourselves too much.
Yeah, too much. Yeah. That's probably the right answer. Any particular football team that you might follow?
Yeah, it's a little team in Hertfordshire called Watford.
Okay, well, that's the end of that conversation. Okay.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on. So, look, as one of our trainers, what's your strengths?
I think my strengths is that I'm very much willing to learn now, and I don't mind making mistakes, which is one of the things that I was always scared of before. So I've turned that into a strength now. And from that, I can listen now a lot more. I used to think I could listen. I would really listen to people. And now I actually listen to people. So that's one of my biggest strengths, I feel. And I'm also nice and relaxed and calm as well.
Okay. So with that, because you sort of touched on one there, because I definitely believe that our strengths are our weaknesses and our weaknesses are our strengths as well. Flipping it. What you got any weakness? I mean, apart from being a Watford supporter, anything else you want to add in?
I think one of my weaknesses is I hate to say no. And that can be from anything. So if someone phones up and says, Kev, I need some help. Okay, yeah, I'll help you. But I can also now manage that. So it's a weakness that I have. And
I'm disappointed. I'm just about to go, lend us a bag of sand, Kev, till you've got a spare grand going. And then you go, oh no, I've overcome that weakness.
But I can get you one.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, just a bag of sand, not the actual grand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I suppose with that, because I know that whenever I chat to all the trainers, their career from where they were to where they are now has changed immensely. But I think the question I'd like to ask is, where would you like your career to be 5 years from now?
I think when I look further ahead, I've got this sort of like elevator pitch, if you want to call it. Some people call it that. But I want to give back to people some of the stuff that I never had when I was younger or when I was starting out. So that's part of where I'm moving towards. And whether that's helping people outside the industry or even helping people out within the industry now as well. Because this time, it's really uncertain times and people don't really know what's going to happen. So me giving back some stuff now is where I want to carry on going. And it might not be quite in driver training as such, delivering lessons or ADI training, but even business wise as well now, just helping them out that way as well. So that's where I'd see myself.
Okay, so I suppose let's take, that was taking you forward. Let's take you back.
No, okay. Don't take me back. Don't take me back.
Let's take you. No, I'm going to take you back to a good place. Yeah. To what attracted you to Tri-Coaching Partnership?
I think it's the same when most people are they become driving instructors. What you are is you are a driving instructor. And I've done the fleet badge, and you train fleet drivers differently to how you trained learner drivers. Now, myself, I was thinking, well, surely there's not a lot of difference, or there shouldn't be a lot of difference. So where is the difference that's missing for me, and where can I find that? And that's where I found Tri-Coaching, and I believed in what you were saying and where you was going. So that's why I signed up and done the BTEC 4. Okay, so you did the BTEC Level 4 Professional Award in Coaching for Driver Development. I'd be right to say I think that's helped improve yourself over the years. What are you doing to improve yourself this year? Well, I'm still studying for coaching in small business. Yeah. A small business, but it's related to all the businesses. And I'm also becoming an NLP practitioner. Okay. Which is just another level altogether. Okay. I just see something on your side there, and if that's a book, Stephen Covey. Yeah, I'm prepared, Grant. That this is where I've got better. I've actually prepared some stuff now.
I've got to screw it all up for you.
Come in.
Yeah. I remember reading the Stephen Covey. We'll come to that then later. Yeah. Okay. So I was going to ask you the question, what's the best thing about training instructors or training PDIs? But I think, what's the best thing for you, Kev, about training people?
It's seeing them know that they've improved and noticing that they know how far they've come and how far they can go. Because it's not about, I'll do the training and just say, that's it. They then realise that it's a career they've got, not just a driving instructor. They can move on into other areas. They can expand their businesses to become sort of like a school as such, and they can do things as well. And that's where I get the enjoyment. And if you don't see someone for 2 years, like I have recently, and he comes back and he said, Kev, you know that training we had? I loved that. Can I do some more of that? Plus, I've also got someone else that's interested as well. And then it's those little comments that you get and you think, do you know what? Yeah, I've done a good job.
Okay. So let's just go back again, because you weren't always a trainer. Okay. What made you want to become a trainer?
I think before you do anything, you have to realise you have to start realising what you do and how you do things. And you can't really move forward yourself until you actually realise that. You might get forward, but you'll never really go forward. And I think that was the one thing for me, is I actually learned more about myself rather than the job as such. And I think becoming a trainer is part of me developing me. And, you know, that's one of the successes that I've had, is to be asked to do that. You know, it's a massive achievement for me to someone come up and say, Kev, look, this is what we would like you to do. And that was brilliant. You know, there's not someone actually asking you to deliver a product that they feel passionate about. I don't think there's much more that you could wish for, really. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why.
Well, that's brilliant. What product? What fool asked you?
But it weren't you, Graham. It weren't you, Graham. I think it was Sue. But we'll move swiftly on before getting more trouble. I'm always in trouble, so don't push me in that one again.
Kev, what inspires you?
What inspires me is other people. Other people seeing or them believing that they can become better. And if they can do it, I can do it. Now, that's part of what I believe in is you can always become better than you were yesterday.
Yep.
And I know we've had these conversations before, but it's one of the reasons why I do what I do is because I just want to be probably the best that I can be. I don't want to be the best. And I think other people see that as well. Yeah. And they become my inspiration as well. So it's really nice.
Okay. So with what inspires you, where did your coaching journey begin?
I think a little of it was touched on with the fleet stuff, where you was just asking questions because the person can drive.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just asking them questions to ask them why they're driving the way they are. But for me, again, that really didn't hit the button. You have to go further, and coaching is what takes you further, which takes you to start actually questioning yourself. And that's where my coaching journey started from there. And obviously it's just continued now as well. So, yeah.
Do you have any techniques and tools then that help keep yourself organized? Because I know that when we're developing this, you know, you've got your business to run, you've got your own life to run, your social life to run. You know, it can get in a bit of a what I call a starburst, you know, just go all over the place.
Yeah.
What do you use to hold yourself together, I suppose?
Sellotape. Blue tack sometimes.
Yeah.
I have what I've developed myself, and it's through sort of like self-reflection, I suppose. I have probably 4 tasks a day.
Okay.
And I write them down either the beginning of the day or the night before, and that's all I do. I just do those 4 tasks. But if I have time, I'll do extra.
Okay.
And I prioritize what tasks need doing and when. So it's that helps me stay on track. I know other people do other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that works for me. Because if you do too much, you just go overwhelmed. And it's like, I just can't do it. So just keeping 4 things. That's all I do. 4 things a day.
That is a really good bit of advice. You know, 4 things a day doesn't sound too much. I mean, the task can be quite big, obviously, but it still reminds me, you know, you do 4 things a day, you do 28 days, 28 things a week, you do 100 plus things a month, you're doing over 1,000 things a year. All of a sudden, that goes back to, and I think I used this the other day, how do you eat an elephant? You know,
yeah.
And that's what you're doing. Nice, 1 bite at a time.
And even if you have a big task, like you mentioned, you know, just say, okay, well, I'm going to do that big task, but I'm only going to do an hour of it.
Yep.
You know, and it's just simplify it.
Yep. And just break it down and eat away of it bit by bit. Yeah, it's really good advice, Kev. So if you, right, there'll be some obvious answers, but I want you to go beyond the obvious. You can answer the obvious. Be careful how you answer this as well, because you might not survive Friday evening. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of my family. And it's probably an obvious one that everyone says.
Yep.
But I mean, recently we've had some tough decisions to make, and I've been really surprised that the family and what we've decided as a family to come together to make those decisions, because they really were life transforming that was going to happen. And you know, we've all come together and we've all made decisions, and yeah, that was massive for the whole of us. Brilliant.
Okay, so again, another thing, it is Friday evening. What do you like to do
on a Friday evening? What do I like to do? I think I like to chill out, man. That's, you know, and that can be wherever, and it can be whatever mood I'm in. I sometimes go down the pub on a Friday night, and it can be fantastic. But equally wise, I could just sit at home on a Friday evening, sit in my chair, smile, and just fall asleep, and I'm just happy. And that happens more and more nowadays.
So I suppose big question now, and you mentioned about what you're most proud of and your time with your family. What are your lifelong dreams?
I have this, and it happened a few years ago, where, you know, I was thinking, do you know what? You work, and we're after this work-life balance. Now, I don't think the work-life balance is ever going to happen.
No, yeah.
But what I've decided and what I've got to is I've got this rose garden, I call it. And my rose garden is, I'd like to earn enough. I don't need loads of money, just enough to get us by, to do some of the nice stuff, and that's it. And that probably means working less but earning the same. Yeah, whereas most people do the other way around. They work more. So
chuck more time at it, Kev, don't they? Chuck more time at earning money, and really they miss the, you know, that work-life balance. It's not, I just think it's a load of crap, pardon my French, because it's not about work-life balance, it's about your life.
Yeah. You got to look after yourself, you know.
Absolutely.
And if you can't look after yourself, you can't look after anyone else. So you know, that's it's interesting. The way I look at things now is a bit different.
Yeah. So yeah, we won't go into that. Otherwise, we'll go off into some philosophical conversation. So with this work life that you're trying to create, do you have a personal mission statement?
Yeah. Mine is just sort of like I want to give back to people the help that I never had when I started out.
Okay. And when you say started out where? In life or as a driving instructor? What do you mean?
It's anything, Graham. It's you know, I think with the coaching, you've got transferable skills. Yeah. And I've helped out people that have changed jobs, or they've helped their business, or decided to, if you take the sport person, he's actually decided to become fitter and now doing some extraordinary things. So yeah, so anything, you know, I just like seeing people improve and achieve and be motivated to improve themselves. So yeah, giving back some of my skills, that's what I do.
Cool. Your friends, okay?
I ain't got any.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's no getting out of this. What 3 character traits would your friends use to describe you?
Laid back, relaxed, and what's the other one? I'm probably going to say unfazed.
Okay, cool, nice. Yeah. Do you have a big regret at all, and if you do, why? Is there one there?
I think not doing things earlier in life. If I could go back and know what I know now, that'd be just learning when I was there, because at school, like most people, you take it for granted. I've probably learned more in the last 6 years than I did in the last 40. You know, it's
yeah, I sort of can get that, but I remember that, you know, academically at school I didn't succeed, but in terms of gathering information about life and dealing with people, I learnt loads, which have stood me in good stead as I've grown older. So even though I got asked to leave school, I don't have it. I still feel there was a lot of skills we gathered in that interaction and that social mixing back then that come out now.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I used to work at the post office, and I've got loads of great friends and that are still there or have left same sort of time as me. And some of the stories and the things that we used to do are just amazing. And I look back and I still laugh.
Yeah.
And I think, how did we get away with that? If people knew what we used to do, well, yeah, they wouldn't do it.
I don't. Hey, look, I don't want to know when it comes through my letterbox. Yeah. Okay. Look, what's your greatest achievement outside work?
The greatest achievement outside work is having the courage to go and do some more training. Because I used to have the thought process that I wasn't good enough, or other people were better than me, so I shouldn't be there. That imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I suppose for me, the biggest achievement is going and do stuff and furthering me, and not having the fear of doing that.
Yeah, that's a big one. We all suffer from imposter syndrome from time to time, and just being brave enough to go out there and actually conquer it is a great achievement.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, the question. Okay, the question I asked every interview, and I get various responses. We won't linger too long on it, depending on how it goes. How do you think I rate as an interviewer?
Graham, you're a fantastic trainer.
Moving swiftly on. Oh, God. What kind of car do you drive? Let's change the subject.
A Peugeot 208.
A Peugeot 208. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, I'm looking out the window now, and I look out the window and it's the wind is howling. I can see the trees dancing in the distance. The sky is black. Armageddon is just about to happen. There is rain coming down. So my next question is, there's no right or wrong answer, but if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be?
I'm really happy here at the moment, but I'm going to change that one. Anywhere with a nice view that you could just sit there and just take in what's actually happening around you, and in the distance and that. Could be up a mountain, could be at the seaside, could be anywhere.
Yeah, no, there is nothing like a good view. When you said that, after you said that, I come straight away. I ended up sitting on a hill, Christchurch Hill, overlooking the river that runs. I can't remember the name of the river, but runs. You got Bournemouth, and then you got Christchurch, and you got the Isle of Wight in the distance, and just sitting on top of that hill and overlooking that view. Absolutely, you just took me there, just like that. Yeah, so yeah, I love a great view. Okay, all right then, Kev, with some books on your side, what was the last book you read, or if you're like me, are you reading 5 or 6 at a time?
Only one at a time, because otherwise it confuses me. Okay. And then I get lost in the plot and I go, what's going on? But last book, there you go.
Man. Yeah.
Man's Search for Meaning. And I was a bit reluctant to buy it because I thought, what's all that about? But it's a fantastic book. It's amazing. People's adversity and how they overcome it. It's really good. Yeah,
I posted one of his videos today on Tri-Coaching.
Oh, did you?
Victor Frankl, an interview with Victor Frankl. It was about responsibility, and it was about. I just think probably from a mindset point of view, probably the best book I've ever read from a mindset point of view. Amazing. So I couldn't recommend enough. It's just, if you've got time while we're in lockdown, read that book.
It's not a big book either.
It's no. It's not even a day's read.
Yeah, it took me 2.
Well,
With
you
no
didn't do
pictures.
well at school, did you? You were a bit slow. But you progressed now. It would have taken you 5 days back then. Yeah. Kev. So, what's the best movie or box set you've seen in the last year?
Rocket Man was good recently.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And there was we watched a series called The Stranger.
Okay.
On Netflix, I think it was. Yeah, that's really good.
Okay. I've watched Rocket Man. I will say I preferred Bohemian Rhapsody over Rocket Man.
Yeah, it might be a little connection for me with that one, though.
Yeah, well, I'll go. I wonder what that was. Yeah, I can't think. You might come back to Watford. Actually, I want to come back to the books because I want you to tell me what books you got there sitting on the side. Yeah.
God, do you want to go for them? Here we go.
Yeah, go for them. Yeah.
I'll give you some ideas. This one, The Art of Being Brilliant.
Yeah, I know The Art of Being Brilliant.
Fantastic. Nice.
Is that Lewis Howes?
No. It's Andy Cope and Andy Whitaker.
Okay. All right.
Really, really good. Easy to, nice and light-hearted. It's really good. Who Moved My Cheese?
Oh, yeah, that's a good book.
It's all about change.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Reasons, is that Reasons Cheese?
It's the 2 little mice.
Yeah.
That keep going back to the same place all the time, and then the cheese runs out, and what do? I'll leave it there. I'm not going to spoil it.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff.
In a Game of Golf.
Classic.
I think you've got to read that one.
Yeah. If you're going to coach, you've got to read it. Yeah.
Got to read that
if you're going to coach sports, you've got to read it.
The one thing.
Yeah. I'm halfway through it on audio as it goes.
It's just do one thing. Just
no,
quite simple.
It's very simple. Yeah.
Mention that one.
Yeah, I read that a long time ago. Great read. Go on, you were going to say something.
I was just going to dip in and dip out. I'll go back to it and just take bits and go, oh yeah, that's that. Yeah. Pretty good. And that lady's great as well. The coaching manual.
Who's that by?
Julie Starr.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of her.
It's a bit different because she gives you practical advice as well, and you can look at things different ways. Doesn't have to be set in stone what she says. It's just really, really good. So yeah.
I mean, who wrote the rule book?
If we go back, what the rules meant to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're only created by somebody else. Nothing more, nothing less. Go create your own rules.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, Kev. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Do you know what I'd do? For the first month, I wouldn't do anything. And I wouldn't probably tell anyone.
Yeah.
And just keep it a surprise and still carry on. But inside, I'd know. I think that'd be really funny.
Okay. I can't picture myself doing it. I burst. I couldn't contain it. Yeah.
I'd just love to do that. I would love to do that. Win the lottery and just carry on. But don't tell anyone. Just carry on. I think so. That'd be quite funny.
So have you?
Who knows, Graham?
No. Okay. So who are your heroes, Kev?
Heroes. I don't have many heroes. I'll be totally honest. But I admire loads of people. There's not one person I look up to and say, yeah, you're the person. Anyone that's achieved something that you look at them and go, really? That's unbelievable. Some of these people that, been in wars and stuff like that, and they've come back, and you look at them and you go, amazing. They respect and everything to them. It's but not really heroes as such.
No, I know what you mean. People you admire. Who do you admire?
Yeah, that's more of a, and again, it's people that deal with things that we take for granted. it could be anything, couldn't it? Loss of limbs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I admire all of those sort of people.
Overcome adversity.
Yeah, they have, and it's, you know, if that was me, would I be as positive as them? I don't know.
Yeah, scary, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, changing it light-hearted again. What do you do? Oh no, it's Friday night. Here we go. What do you like to do for fun?
Fun. I love winding the kids up. Yeah. I just love winding the kids up. And and it's especially my son. He'd probably hate me for saying this, but I'm always winding him up, and he knows I'm winding him up. And he always asks his mum, "Is that true?" I just love doing it all the time to him.
It is all about.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. That is what being a dad is all about.
Yeah.
I suppose this could be. What is your favourite memory?
Is a couple of years ago. Was, it's my son again, but taking him to the cup final.
Yeah.
We've done the semi-final, which was amazing. You know, it was a special day. Yeah, amazing. But the final, although we lost, that really didn't matter. It was about how we acted and what we did and the memories we made with my little brother, his mate, and obviously them. And yeah, it was brilliant. It was an amazing day with us all still smiling, even though we won. And
you won. Dream on.
We won. We won everything else except the football match, I think.
Yeah. Who did you play?
Man City.
Man City. Yeah. Tough one.
They're a different league. They're a different league to us.
I can't remember how many goals they scored.
6.
6.
6.
I can't remember how many goals Watford scored. How many goals Watford scored?
Yeah, we didn't score any, but we were still singing and enjoying ourselves.
I'll give you my hat off, you guys, because you supporters turned up. Yeah.
It was a fantastic day. It was really good. And even afterwards, you know, we were still happy. It was, and that's what sports should be about. You know, you turn up, you enjoy it, win, lose. It's great if you win. It's great if you win.
Yeah.
But we're used to losing as well, though, so it don't really matter.
Okay. So I've only got a couple more questions to go, Kev. If you were an animal, which one would you want to be?
An owl.
An owl. Okay. Why an owl?
Old and wise.
Old and wise. Okay, I'll go with that. Twit to or whatever they do.
Yeah, they sleep a lot as well, don't they?
Yeah. They come out at night, mate.
Yeah, that'll do me.
They go hunting at night.
Well, I'd probably leave that bit, but yeah, I'd do some more sleeping. And
okay. If you could choose one superhero power, what would it be and why?
I don't know if it's a superpower, but I would love to transport myself somewhere. Just go like bang.
What, in the present time, or like a time machine, or just across the planet?
Anything.
Beam me up.
It'd be great to go back in time, but I'd also quite like to go forward as well. Maybe not know what's going to happen to me, but I mean, just future times, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, transportation or transport, whatever they call it. Yeah.
Time travel or beam me up, Scotty, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Is there anything you want to say before this? Because I'm going to draw this interview to a close. Is there anything you want to add, Kev?
No, I'm really happy. And just everyone, just stay safe, keep smiling, and just, you know, enjoy it, what you've got.
Okay, thank you, Kev. I'm going to finish this. This was Graham Hooper interviewing Kev Field, Tri-Coaching Instructor Trainer and a drinking compatriot from time to time. We do like a jolly boys outing. So look forward to the next one, Kev. Take care, mate.
And you, Graham.
All right. Just bear with me.